people get scars, stitches, stretch marks, all of that. It's just a natural thing that happens throughout life, so why not share it with you guys? Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. It's NAYvy here. If you're new, make sure that you guys hit that subscribe button. So as you can see by the title, this video is all about my C-section recovery, how my body looks, how I've been feeling, just the whole process. It's been, I think, almost a month now. Let me check. Wow. Yeah, so, but I'm going to take you guys through each step of how I felt and what happened and how my body kind of like transformed and stuff like that. So, basically when I got the C-section, it was horrible. Like the pain was like excruciating. Like it was bad. Really, really painful. I definitely felt as bad as I looked. There is no denying that. I'm going to show you guys how my body looks and all of that towards the end of this video. But I do want to share with you guys just like everything leading up to now. So yeah, so when I first got it, it really just hurt. And the whole time I was in the hospital, which was 2.5 weeks, which I let you guys know in my labor and delivery story. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. But yeah, I was in the hospital for 2.5 weeks for other reasons, which I have a video on that too. But yeah, so during that whole time I was taking pain reliever, you know, just so I can function, because it hurts so bad. Like once that medicine wears off that they initially give you, like the pain hurts so bad, and it looked really bad too. Now at that point my stomach didn't really go down at all, so like I couldn't see it unless I like literally looked like in a mirror, or like had to like push my stomach in and like lean over to see it. But everyone was telling me, they were like, they did a really good job, like it looks good, oh that's gonna heal really nice, all that type of stuff. So I just took their word for it. But in my head I'm just like, I did not want a scar right there. Like, you know, I did not plan to have a C-section, so in my head I'm just like, a scar is a scar. Yeah, they say it's gonna heal nicely, but it's still there. Like, that's what I'm thinking. I'm just brushing it off or whatever. So I guess I can say that was like the first week was just, you know, my stomach was still going down slowly. So the next week was when they took the staples out, and they said it wasn't gonna be painful or anything. So, and when they did, it wasn't, you know, the lady, she kind of was going a little over the staples and pinching my skin a little bit. So that was the only part that was like a little, like, it was like a little pinch. But it definitely did not hurt. But once they took the staples out, the pain eased up so much more. Like that's when I just started feeling a lot better. I could walk like a little bit more normal. I wasn't like all crunched over how I originally was. It was just so much better. I started feeling so much better. But everyone was just telling me like, you know, still take it easy, because even though you feel good doesn't mean your body, you know, is fully recovered or whatever. So yeah, now the staples are out. I'm still in the hospital, you know, taking ibuprofen because it does still hurt. Like the incision, like it feels better, but it's still a whole surgery. So I was still getting pain, but it just wasn't as intense before the staples were taken out. So I was taking like a pain reliever as needed. I weighed myself that Friday before I went into the hospital that Monday. So literally my exact weight before I had the C-section was 132. So when I left the hospital I was 120, 2.5 weeks later. So by that time my stomach was pretty much like almost all the way down, kind of, but I was almost back to like my original weight from before I was pregnant. So I'm like, okay, like that recovery part, you know, that's good or whatever. And by that time I could see the scar as well. And I was like, okay, they're right, it's not that bad. I'm not gonna show you guys the actual scar just because I think that's a little bit invasive, you know, just a tad bit. But I am gonna show you guys, you know, my stomach and everything, and explain how the scar looked, you know, the process of it. So like originally it was, of course, really tender and really what's the word, just like raw, I guess. Like it's a surgery, so it needed time to heal and like close up and all that type of stuff. So by the time I left the hospital, and now that I'm back home, like at this point it's like a lot better. So one thing about getting a C-section, you have to take it easy, because like, just from personal experience, I'll tell you guys what happened with me. The right side of the incision, it got a little bit like puffy, and it was like way more tender. And they said that can happen when, you know, that's the side that the surgery started on. Like that's the side that started cutting first. That side can be a little bit more sore and stuff like that. So they looked at it and they were like, it's definitely not infected or anything. But I feel like because I felt good and I was trying to walk more and just start getting back to my normal self, because they do say to like kind of like do some walking and stuff to recover. I feel like I took it a little bit too far, so it kind of irritated that spot a little bit. So just, if you guys end up getting a C-section, if you're watching this, just take it really easy. The tenderness went away pretty much at this point, so now I do just have the scar, and yes, it does look pretty good. So it is healing nicely like everyone was telling me. Also, just recently my belly button started going back into an innie. It was like out, so it was weird because my stomach was going down, but my belly button was like an outie, like all the way out. Not just a regular outie, but it was like out. And I'm not used to that because I'm used to having an innie. So yeah, but that went back down. For you to fully recover, it does take a long time. Like I'm talking like probably like a year, or maybe like a little bit more, for it to fully recover, like inside and out. So just keep that in mind. Like when you think that you're like fully recovered months later, just still don't like lift heavy boxes and do too much, because you can easily forget that, you know, you have a whole surgery that's healing, and do something that's just pushing it a little too far, and it can affect the scar still. So you just want to make sure that you're taking it easy. I can walk normal. I feel fine. With the incision, I do sometimes have a little bit of pain, and I just take like an ibuprofen for it. You know, it kind of sneaks up on me sometimes. Now I'm not able to drive. When you get a C-section, you can't drive for like over a month. I think it's like 6 to 8 weeks. So I haven't been able to drive. You have to get driven, of course, because you don't want anything to harm it or make it worse. What else? The doctor didn't tell me to put anything on it to help the healing process, but I know there are a few things that you can use that I was told. But I don't want to, you know, tell you guys something that I haven't personally tried myself. So if you guys want to, you know, speed up the healing process or anything, you can like feel free to look that up on your own time. But I don't want to, I don't know, like if I didn't try it personally, then I wouldn't recommend something to you guys. So, but I heard there was ways, so I'm gonna look it up myself too, just to know, because you know I wanted to heal faster, a little bit faster. So moving on to how my body looks and how it changed and all that type of stuff that y'all probably want to know. This is a real transparent moment that I'm sharing with you guys. So I mean, why not share it? A body is a body. It has changes. People get scars, stitches, stretch marks, all of that. It's just a natural thing that happens throughout life. So why not share it with you guys and be open about it? So I'm gonna just insert like the clips over here. So as you guys can see, like this is how my stomach is looking. It hasn't gone down all the way, like it still has to go down a little bit more. It's almost there, but it's still like pudging out. Yeah, it's not flapping over or coming further than where I can see the scar or anything, so it's not like too big. It's pretty much down, but it's like I know like how my body looked before the C-section, so I know it has a little bit more to go. Like I never had a pudge or anything, and that's what it looks like. It looks like just like a pudge at this point, and it's about a month later, so it has a little while to go. I still weigh 120. I also have that line underneath my belly button. I forgot what it's called. I will put it on the screen after I look it up, but that line got darker. That's one thing that changed during my pregnancy. That line, it got way darker, and it's still like that after the pregnancy, so I have to give it some time to probably lighten back up. But that line was already there, but it just got darker. and it is known to get darker during pregnancy, so that's normal. But yeah, that's pretty much how my stomach looks. I pretty much already explained how the scar looks now. I mean, it's healing nice. It just looks like a faint line right there, I guess. I don't know. I hope this video was helpful to you guys, or anybody that did also have a C-section or thinks they might be getting one. But this is just me sharing my recovery process with you. Hopefully I can help someone out there. I don't know if your process will be anything similar or exactly the same. I don't know, but thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, loves.